Hello folks, just doing a little video tip here on ways to increase and improve your smash factor. Smash factor is a ratio we use, and it's one of the parameters of TrackMan, and it's basically the ratio or the relationship between club head speed and ball speed. So, it really ties in with the centerness of strike and how out of the middle you're hitting the golf ball. So, for example, if the club was approaching the ball with a speed of 100 miles an hour, and then the ball speed after impact was 140 miles an hour, the smash factor ratio would be 1.40. Okay, so at the same time, if the club head was approaching with a speed of 100 miles an hour and the ball speed was 148 miles an hour, the smash factor ratio would be 1.48, which is obviously a lot higher and would equate to 10-15 yards in extra distance. So the way it really works out is for every 1 mile an hour club head speed, if you can hit it out of the middle, right in the center of the sweet spot, it's going to equate to an extra about 2.2 yards in distance. So ramping up your smash factor can really increase ball speed, which will then increase distance. So a couple of little ways you can improve that is when you're setting up to the ball, a lot of people, sort of set up where the sweet spot's right behind the ball and the sole of the club is flush on the ground. Now, because the ball's sitting up on a high tee, it's not an ideal scenario because, as this club is approaching, it's going to be, up at the ball height, because hopefully the club head's going to be working on an upward attack angle. So if you set the club in the middle, then if I lifted that, you can see that's actually quite in the heel, right? Which, if you're going to get a lot of heel strikes, the smash factor is going to be significantly lower. So a good tip to do is try and address the ball slightly out of the toe of the club. So when the club head is up at ball height, at impact, it's now out of the sweet spot. I've seen big changes in smash factor readings just by making that one little change to your setup position. Another way you can increase it is to give yourself a little bit more room away from the ball. Okay, so if you move your feet away, try and maybe stand just a touch taller as well. That's going to allow you to swing the club down on a bit more of a shallow path, shallow angle into the ball. If you stand too close to the ball with, addressing it in the heel, really the club is going to come down very steep, and you're going to have to sort of bend your arms to try and fit the club in, and you're not going to have very good club head speed or smash factor. So, give yourself a bit more room to allow the club, that big long shafted driver, to come in on a shallow approach. So one other tip here is, what's the most important thing relating to the swing plane is not so much the club path, as in, to the right, into out, or to the left, out to in. The actual swing plane angle itself is very important. So with a driver, where we're trying to get this swing plane angle to come down somewhere sort of 45 to 50 degrees. That's a sort of swing plane angle we'd like to sort of be able to create. We don't want to be coming down with a swing plane angle of say 60-65 degrees into the ball. It's just way too steep an angle, and you're going to, not only is it going to sort of reduce your smash factor, but it's also going to reduce your dynamic loft as well, create a lot of backspin on the ball, reducing distance. So try and get the club to come in on a shallow path on a swing plane angle of say 45 to 50 degrees, and you can get a lot higher smash factor number there. So there's a couple little tips you could do. Put something behind the ball, you could put a dowel or some sort of obstacle in the way, and then just practice swinging out above the dowel or the wall on the way back, and try and reroute it slightly from the inside coming down. So all you're trying to get a feel for with this exercise is the shallowing of the downswing. where you're trying to feel like your elbow and the shaft are dropping down and underneath you a little bit as you approach the ball, rather than the elbow coming out and then into the body from this sort of steepen across attitude there. So that's one way you could do it. Show the path out, and if you try those 3 tips, I'm sure that you'll notice smash factor going up, increasing in some distance.